Well, I've been working at Highland for coming up on 5 years now in April. So I started at the end of my sophomore year of undergrad, and then I've been continuing throughout my 3 years at Truett Seminary. And my primary responsibilities at my job are overseeing our small group ministry and the college ministry. And so we've got about 40 different college small groups, and so about 60 different leaders that oversee those small groups. And so I'm in charge of recruiting those leaders and interviewing them and training them to do their weekly job, and then also checking in on them and kind of keeping them accountable for their position. And so I'm involved not only in small groups, but in just kind of having a hand in the college ministry as a whole. So part of what comes with that is preaching responsibilities every now and then.
And I want you, Angel, to be the one that tells whoever shows up first that Jesus is no longer dead, but Jesus is alive. And I can just imagine this angel is like, what? I get to be the one to tell people that Jesus rose from the dead?
Every year our college ministry puts on a dodgeball tournament. And so this is a huge deal where we have like 30 plus teams sign up. And so it's the night before Dia de Loso at our church. And so what we do is that we have a costume contest as well. So teams will show up and dress up in crazy, obscure costumes. And so some of the teams are trying to actually win the tournament, and some of them are trying to win the costume contest. So it's this awesome combination. For this UK mission trip, we had applications come in to go on the trip because we knew ahead of time that we could only take 12 people. And so we had to sort through 20 plus applications and kind of determine who were the team members going to be that we would take on the trip. So that was difficult just because we had great pool of applicants, and just deciding, okay, who are the best people personality wise and just who's prepared to go on this trip. And so we selected the team, and then another big element on the front end was just training that team. So in the trip, we stayed in Hexham, which is a city in northern England, for about a week. And we have a partnership there with Hexham Community Church. And so this is our second year that we've been on the trip. And so one of the main things that we do is we have a partnership with the schools there in Hexham through the church. And so we get to go into the schools and have some sessions with their what they call RE classes, which stands for religious education. And so we got to meet with some high school students and just talk with them about what it means to us that we're Christians. And so this is kind of a neutral religious education class. And so we get to come in and just say, hey, here's what it looks like for me to be a Christian on a daily basis. Here's what it looks like for me to know and to follow Jesus. And so we got to answer their questions and kind of steer them towards thinking about who God is and what it may look like for them to have a relationship with Him as well, for those that were interested. And another thing was that we ran several events with the church throughout the week. And so these were events that were at the church or in the community and would hopefully attract people to come connect with the church. And so it was a place where people from the church could invite their friends who were not Christians to come and experience what it's like to be a part of the body there at Hexham Community Church. And so we did a quiz night, which is like a trivia night that we may do here, or we did a hog roast, which is like the UK version of a barbecue, and line dancing, and we had an acoustic night where we had live music and just conversations at a coffee shop in town. Another aspect of the trip was Christians Against Poverty, and so we worked in several people's homes in the community who were in need. And so my group in particular got to go into a house that needed a lot of painting done. So we worked most of the day to paint, several different rooms in this home for a lady who had recently become a Christian and had recently joined the church. Another one of our groups got to go into the home of someone who wasn't a Christian, and they got to really paint and clean up this person's house. And it was a cool story because later that night they got a message from the lady, and she was just immensely thankful for that, and just realized, and she said, I think I need to start going to church as well. And so that was a cool story that we experienced. And at the end of the trip, we capped it off with a day and a half in London. So we got to do some cool sightseeing and musicals and soccer games and stuff like that. I recently accepted a job in Morgantown, West Virginia, home of the Mountaineers, and so I'm going to be a college pastor there at a church called Chestnut Ridge Church in Morgantown. And so really excited about that opportunity coming up. And I'm pumped about working in a setting that's just a lot different from Waco. This is not the Bible Belt, it's not a Christian university, it's actually the #1 party school in the nation. And so for me, that's just an awesome opportunity to get to just be salt and light in a new place, and get to encourage and challenge college students to live for Jesus in a different way than they do here in Waco. And so I'm really excited about that.